Good morning, everyone. My name is Hasnan Sawal. Over here is Rakia Bashir, Puneet Gupta, and Clement. We all are here to present the topic is lean production. Let me talk about firstly the history of lean production. For the next hundreds years, manufacturers primarily concerned themselves with the individual technology. During this time, our system of engineering drawing developed, modern machine tools were perfected, and large-scale process such as the Benzer process for making steel had as the center of attention. As products move from one discrete process to the next through the logistic system and within the factory, few people concern themselves with what happened between process, how multiple processes were arranged within the factory, how the chain of process functions as a system, how each worker went about a task. This change in the late 1890 with the work of early industrial engineering. Frederick Taylor began to look at individual worker and work method. The result was time study and standardized work. He called the idea scientific management. Taylor was a controversial figure. The concept of applying science to management was sound, but Taylor simply ignored the behavioral science. In addition, he had a peculiar attitude toward factory workers. After that, Lillian Gilbert brought psychology into the mix by studying the motivation of workers and how attitude affected the outcome of process. There were, of course, many other contributors. They were the people who organized the idea of eliminating waste, a key tenth of GIT and lean manufacturing. So let me talk about GIT, just-in-time strategy. Just-in-time inventory is a strategy that manufacturers utilize to increase efficiency and decrease the waste by receiving goods only as they are needed in the manufacturing process, thereby reducing the cost of inventory as well. Importantly, manufacturers must forecast their requirement accurately. The just-in-time inventory model lets manufacturers reduce their overhead expenses while always ensuring that parts are available to manufacture their products. This allow a company customer to be better served while at the same time lowering the cost of doing business. Warehousing excess inventory can be very expensive. Reducing the amount of inventory can reduce carry cost. Companies that employ the just-in-time inventory model may be able to reduce the number of warehouses they own, or even allow them to eliminate those warehouses altogether. Independent suppliers participate on an equal footing with the Toyota operation in the production flow, each fulfilling their own role in that flow. The only participant in the entire sequence who does not answer to anyone in the customer is the customer who select a vehicle in the marketplace. Suppliers who participate in the Toyota production system enjoy the same benefit that Toyota does from the system. Just-in-time manufacturing can dissolve inventories at part suppliers just as readily and effectively as it does at Toyota assembly plants. So Clement will be talk about further. Clement.
We'll be talking about the value proposition, which is the benefits. It's a promise of value to be delivered. And we're talking about lead production, the benefits, which is a manufacturing, improve efficiency, reduce waste, and increase productivity. The benefits, therefore, manifold, increase product quality, improve efficiencies, free up employee and resources for innovation and quality control that would have previously been wasted. And in sustainability, we'll be talking about less waste and better adaptability make for a business that's better equipped to thrive well into the future. So then we'll be moving to the next slide, which is talking about the strength, the SWOT. Next slide, please. We're actually talking about the strength with and the weakness. Intercooperation is the strongest competition in the global market to circumvent this part of SWOT analysis identities. The company may strength or inter strategy factor as an enable effect on business success. These help you to know the strength, the weakness, and about the business. An insignificant presence in the moving market and dependence in window machine, limited business diversification, and help in a strong partnership with Microsoft and a high efficiency fabrication processes. I will be moving the next slide to Raphael.
Rafia.
Sorry. Thank you for giving me opportunity, Climate. My part is major opportunities are available to improve level performance until this part of SWOT analysis. Identification business opportunity to or external strategies. Facilities are closed. The following opportunities are available in Intel external environment. Business diversification, product development for the model marketing, flexibility of process. Intel business could be potential decline as a result of understanding threats in the external environment, the part of SWOT analysis specific the threats or external strategy factors. They reduced or end business in the case Intel faces the following threats in its business if environment. Rapid market, competition with ARM in the mobile process, competition with AMD in and ARM in the PC market. Next, please. Thank you. In this slide, I am talking about the Intel IELTS lane production. Intel applied lean standard to wipe out major burn through and cut favor creation time by 15 to 10%. The extension promoted are relating to decrease our work in Mayer WIP. The act of building item in front of interest was dimension supported by Mayer enhancement and better danger investigation by Brand 2099 2009. Sorry. More prominent use was made delay rehearsal, whereby item is modified for a particular use or market at the most recent conceivable stage. Lane method was additionally instrument in decreasing arranging cycles. Lane principle. Lane principle involves optimizing human effort, reducing capital investment, reducing the amount of our raw materials, and reducing the time to deliver. It means the organization take hard to look to their top waste, such as idle times, transport, whether are not processed or taking too long, errors, inventory, and overproducing. By working this way, we are developing sport not only for Intel but for Ireland Inc. All the talk about manufacturing being finished is Ireland is nonsense if every work in Ireland, from the private and public sector, including the health sector, in particularly embarrassed lane principle, this country could be back on track. Challenges of lane. Lane has a very little room for error, equipment, or labor failure. Can lead a major can need a major and can make an entire operation fall behind in other mass production facilities. Employees could not have for some kind of machines another to event and breakdown. In correlation with equipment failure, lean manufacturing can lead to deliver in consequences. Using lean techniques mean that you have a similar error margin. Adopting lean manufacturing process requires change among employees to more efficient production to ensure that equality products are being made. They can be risky if employees rejected new method. run 2009. Thank you. Thank you for my side. Now I'm giving opportunity to Puneet talk about more these slides. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rafia. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Puneet Gupta. I would like to take this opportunity to talk to you about best suitable lean strategy implementations. Perhaps the best ways to deal with making high assembling quality levels a centerpiece of organizations is to characterize and dominate at a lean assembly system. A lean methodology fills in as a diagram for carrying cycle and quality enhancements to each part of each plant and creation focus. It controls the characterizing, sending, overseeing, and upgrading of lean assembling objectives, putting the clients and their necessities at the core of all improvement endeavors. Basically, dominating at a lean assembling procedure pull in new clients, delights existing ones, and energize hard grossages. Eliminating the obstructions that hinder clients getting to their objectives need to drive each creation improvement and organization makes. Characterizing and dominating at each part of a lean assembling technique eliminates cycles and work processes that sit around and significant assets. The eight classes of waste lean assembling technique help diminish incorporate overproduction, looking out for request status and shipments, not getting a request because of an absence of stock, transport delays, the accumulation of orders on the shop floor, absconds got by quality confirmation after creation, and an absence of labor force abilities and accessibility. Lean production procedures that change producing activities characterize what achievement resembles for every representative. They are sufficiently straightforward to show how every individual's endeavor matter and their commitments tally. The most elevated performing lean assembling techniques dominate at change the executives by allowing everybody to make strong commitments to the development of the organization. Characterize a senior administration power pioneer who will have the power to eliminate hierarchical barriers to completing more. Next slide, please. Yeah, mitigation strategies. For a unique gear producer to really accept lean assembling, it takes more than actualizing a couple of changes and praying for a divine intervention. Consistent observing of day-by-day task is vital to staying lean. Inability to keep steady over store network, the board can lead OEMs to slip. A cycle that are not cutting edge could be making superfluous waste, vacation, and lost assets. Some strategies may be economical, unfeasible for successful risk management. Generally, risks are taken on when strategies can be designed that reduce the risk level to as low as reasonably practicable. These strategies are balanced with efforts to reduce or eliminate the associate hazards such as time, cost, or complexity. The best mitigation strategy may lower the risk probability, the severity of outcome, or reduce the organization's exposure to the risk. More that one mitigation strategy may be employed to attain optimal results. The four types of risk mitigation strategies include risk avoidance, acceptance, transference, and limitation. The first point, avoid in general risk should be avoided that involve a high probability impact for both financial loss and manage. Second one, the transfer risk percentage risk that may have a low probability for taking place but would have a large financial impact should be mitigated by being shared or transferred. For example, by purchasing insurance, forming a partnership, or outsourcing. Except with some risk, the expenses involved in mitigating the risk is more than the cost of tolerating the risk. In this situation, the risk should be accepted and carefully monitored. Limit. The most common mitigation strategy is risk limitation. For example, businesses take some type of action to address a perceived risk and regulate their exposure. Risk limitation usually implies some risk acceptance and some risk avoidance. Today's information technology can help perfect risk mitigation strategies by enhancing ability to identify, evaluate, and monitor risks. Furthermore, it enriches the ability of businesses to forecast events with great accuracy. Thank you. Thank you so much. These are some references that we have used in our presentation. So finally, thank you so much. Thanks to you all for your contribution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is it is the record there stop? Have you stopped the record? Ah,